The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rumble Time. I am your host, Queen Gemini, and boy, do we have a lot to cover this evening. So, in the famous words of DX, are you ready? Let's rumble. Okay, let's kick this off. Now, we got a few past and present superstars we want to keep in our prayers. A few weeks ago, Jerry the King Lawler suffered another stroke. Now, he's at home and he's recovering by the last reports. So this is the second one. Yeah, they said this is the second stroke. And as you recall, it was during one of the Monday Night Raws, he had a heart attack on air. So we just want to keep um, Jerry in our prayers. Kevin Nash. Um, about a week or so ago, he let everybody know he's been dealing with irregular heartbeat, and he was scheduled to undergo a procedure. So to correct the issue, so we want to keep him in our prayers as well. As you guys have noticed, we haven't been seeing Piper Nivens um the last couple of weeks. That's because she's out dealing with a neck injury. And from what they are saying, this is serious because this could be career ending. Her family is holding hopes that she'll be able to return to the ring, but right now it's not looking good. Ahmed Johnson. Found out today Ahmed was involved in a car accident. He was rear-ended in the back by a drunk driver. It totaled his car. Um, Reports stated he suffered broken ribs. Ahmed said, "When you have the Lord on your side, nothing can harm you." So we want to keep him lifted up in our prayers as well. So for all of them, we have them in our thoughts and prayers. Now, this is the season of spooks and goblins. This is my time of the year. It gets cooler and all things scary. Now I know what some of y'all are saying. Queen, what that got to do with wrestling? Glad you asked. I'm gonna tell you. It has been reported that Braun Strowman is in talks to betray the legendary horror icon himself, Jason Voorhees, in the new Friday the 13th. Now, I can see this because of his size. He would be good. But in the words of RuPaul, don't F this up. This is Jason. So if he gets this role, he better come correct now. So we're gonna keep an eye out because I'm waiting on the news to see one way or the other if he's gonna get it or not. Excuse me, y'all. But speaking of Braun, he has a show that will be airing October the 24th, sorry, on the USA Network. It's a food travel series. It's called Everything on the Menu. He will be going across America eating everything on the menu at various restaurants, from greasy spoons to fine dining. I saw the trailer for it and it looks really interesting. I can't wait to check it out and see how it goes. Cause it was one place, honey. I don't know what restaurant it was or what he was eating, but he looked like he was in hog heaven. So we gonna have to check out his little new series. Now, on Saturday, T NXT had a little PLE, which their stuff is still being shown on Peacock. Okay, and yeah, it was No Mercy. Normally I will go through match. I go each one of the matches. I ain't doing that this time because I was kind of disappointed in some of the matches because I felt like some of them was a waste of time. And then they messed over my girl, Lola Vice. She got cheated, out of she got cheated. She should have won that match. I was not happy. They made me mad. So Sean and them need to get it together and put that title on that girl and stop playing. Cause yeah, they working my nerves now. They really working my nerves. But there is two matches I do want to talk about. First up is the Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. Now, at first, I was a little worried. And I was a little concerned because I thought they was gonna mess my boy Josh over again, and he was gonna lose that match. But I don't know what he dug down in and pulled up out of him, but he dug deep down within and he pulled up something out of him that we ain't seen before. And I was like, well, it's about daggone time. Let him know who you is. And that's exactly what he did. He took old big boy down and got that 1, 2, 3. He got that win. I was like, see, now that's what I'm talking about. Now I need you to keep that same energy. Don't let that go. Keep that going forward. And you will be all right. Now, their main event was for the NXT Championship. It was Oba, excuse me, Obafemi versus Ricky Saints. Now, when I say them men put everything, they left everything in that ring. They left everything in that ring. Everything. They put on a match. It was good. It was really good. I thought Oba was gonna get that win. Excuse me, y'all. I thought Oba was gonna get that win. It took 4. Listen to me, y'all. 4 DDTs for Ricky to pull off that win, and so we have a new NXT champion. I was like, Lord have mercy, because I was on the edge of my seat, but it was a good match. Now, normally I would get upset, but I have a feeling Oba finna be going up to the main roster, and me and some other folks seem to think, or at least it would be nice, excuse me, if he go up to the main roster. Now they got to book him correctly. They can't drop the ball on this. They got to book him correctly because this is Oba. If Sammy had one of them little open challenges of his, Oba answers the challenge, and of course Sammy is not gonna beat no Oba. I don't care what nobody say. He is not beating no Oba, and Oba beat Sammy for that United States title. Oh, that'll kick it off. That start, on that main roster. That just kick it off all nice and sweet and lovely. I mean, I think that's how Triple H should book it. because I can't see him doing nothing less than that because it ain't too many people that can handle Oba. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, um, there was Ava made an announcement. Okay, last Tuesday, Oba and Trick Williams was having a match. Okay, champion versus champion. Because Trick Williams is the TNA champion. Well, excuse me. It was for winner take all. It was a winner take all match. That's what it was. And TNA was mad. It was like NXT think they can do whatever they want with our title and everything. Well, excuse me, y'all folks ain't been able to take the title off of them. So pretty much they can do whatever they want. He got the title. He on NXT. What you crying for? One of y'all beat him and take it back then. I mean, come on now. I'm just saying. So it was winner take all. Why TNA people show up? They in a all around the little arena and everything, and then it just all hit the fan. TNA folks started battling with NXT folks, so we got a brawl going. Okay, all right. So that's what caused this decision that was made. Ava announced that her and Santino Morello came up with that on October the 7th on the CW, NXT and TNA will have Invasion. Okay. Basically, if y'all remember how back in the day, with the whole little Survivor series back in the day, when they would have like Raw versus SmackDown, and SmackDown would show up on Raw and wreak havoc, and then Raw would go and do their thing. Yeah, that's basically what they're trying to pull off, but they need to do a better job because, Lord, I'm going to tell you about last night because I pretty much zoned out because it was dull and boring. I'm like, Sean, you need to do a better job on this. If you want to pull this off, you got to come a little bit better than what you're doing. I'm just saying. But this is the matches we have so far. The Hardy Boys versus Dark State, title versus title. Then we have the men and women NXT versus TNA. OG Survivor Series match. Okay. So the captain for NXT will be the NXT champ, men's and women's champion. That's the, captains for each team. I'm like, okay. And they was picking a team, and like I said, I was zoning out because some of the people they were picking, I'm like, first of all, he don't look like, who is he? And he don't look like he could beat himself out of a wet paper bag. So yeah, y'all might lose this one. But hey. Then this was the thing. It was originally supposed to be Oba versus Trick Williams, the whole title for title thing, but Oba don't have his title anymore. But so I'm kind of curious, as they still saying Oba versus Trick Williams, and everybody's banned from ringside. Nobody can be down there. So I don't even know what they doing about that at this point. Because like I said, I zoned out last night because it was stupid. They was doing all this yapping. Because the TNA Women's Championship. What's her name? Kayla James something. She is NXT, but she competed last weekend or something in NXT and won the women's championship because the little fabulous Ash by Fashion girl Couldn't find out that was Dana Brooke. I did not know that was Dana Brooke because she looks so different. I'm telling y'all, she looks really different. And she had to relinquish the title for personal reasons. I don't know what the personal reasons was. I was like, oh, okay. And she just looked so unhappy. And I was like, well, bless your little heart, honey. But you look really different. I don't know what's you look different. But anyway. So Kayla, I think that's her name, Kayla James. She won the title. So she is the captain for the women's team for TNA. And they was like, you're a traitor. You're a traitor because you NXT. She was like, but I'm the TNA women's champion. Therefore, I represent this title. Therefore, I'm gonna do my best to pretty much beat the crap out of y'all. That's all it is to it. So looking at the women's team and what they working with, from what I saw, for one people they called up, as soon as they called her name, I zoned all the way out. I'm like, y'all finna get y'all tails whooped. That's all I got to say about that. But yes, honey, this is what's supposed to be happening Tuesday. So now I promise y'all, Tuesday I will pay attention. I will pay attention because I want to see who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. So yeah. But last night, all that talking, all that Tuesday night, excuse me, not last night, Tuesday night, all that daggone talking, it was unnecessary. And some of it just didn't have no point to it. And then some of them they was letting talk. I was like, please don't let them talk no more. You need to take them back and do some more coaching with them because yeah, that ain't it. Mm, mm, mm. Now, moving right along. I need everybody to sit down. Okay. I hope everybody is seated. Because when I got when I saw these prices, y'all, I was like, mm. That's all I could do was shake my head and clutch my pearls. Y'all get a load of this. WrestleMania 42. Las Vegas, Nevada. They're running it back. Saturday, April the 18th and Sunday, April the 19th. Prices are as follows, and this ain't including no fees from Ticketmaster, okay? Section A, on the floor, $8,998. That's right, you heard me, but just go ahead and round that up to a whole nice $9,000, because that's what it's going to be when you add them daggone fees. Yeah, just to sit on the floor in Section A to look at some people is gonna cost you a good $9,000. Now, I was like, okay, let's not get discouraged, right? You're right. Section B, on the floor, $3,868. Section R, 101, $2,200. You're gonna love this. 100, level 100, $1,495. Well, there's three different prices. Depending on where you end up in this section, you could get, that's the highest, okay? Then next up is $1,303. And the cheapest for that section is $1,174. And that's level 101. Level 100. Sorry. Level 200, the ticket prices are as follows. The highest is $1,303. The cheapest will be $1,174. Now, when it gets to level 300, it's $1,174. And looking at that place, Yeah. Yeah. Level 400, $854. That's your nosebleeds. That's your nosebleeds. An old person like me, by the time by the time I get to my seat, I ain't hit my. If I'm crazy enough to even pay, wait a minute, and it's two of us. That's 800, and just say a cool 1,000 a piece. Cause by the time you add in no fees, it's gonna be close to it. That's 2 grand. Mm. If I was to scrape save and come up with a fundraiser to go to this, okay, I would have to have 2 inhalers because I'm gonna need one to get me up there and one to help me get back down. Who? When I say them tickets ain't no joke, them tickets ain't no joke. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. It ain't no words for it. And y'all, those are your WrestleMania ticket prices. Yeah, those are your ticket prices for Wrestle. Oh, Lord Jesus, I'm telling you, when I saw them, I'm just sitting here, just clutching my purse. I'm like, are y'all for real? Are y'all for real? TKO is determined to get y'all. TKO, they tell me TKO was in you. They can't still be in debt. They gonna get out of debt using the WWE. Look at these prices. Okay, okay, y'all.
Hold
All
on,
right.
Queen. I got a question.
Yes,
Now, those are the ticket prices, right?
yes,
And it's a 2 night event, correct?
yes.
Are those the prices for each night or both nights?
Oh hell. You know what? I think that's for each night
Oh my goodness.
because the way it was listed and the way it was worded, it did not say a combo.
Mm, mm, mm. Y'all gotta really, really love some wrestling for that one. That's all I got. I'm back.
You know what? I'm gonna double check on that. I'm gonna have to look because that's really. Oh Jesus. I'm glad you said something because that mean that would be four. Oh Jesus. Oh Lord. Mm. Okay, now y'all got me over here doing a Fred Sanford. I grabbed my heart because if you get the cheapest ones, you are still looking at about four grand. I better not hear nobody say TKO is still in. See, this is why they running it back in Las Vegas. You can't tell me people didn't pay this. That's why they were successful last year. TKO is getting out of debt with WWE. I don't care what nobody's saying. But wait a minute. You think that is something? Is you sitting down? Hope you is. Because they done told what the ticket prices is for John Cena's last match. John Cena's last match, which will be Saturday night main event, December the 13th. Okay? Get a load of this. Okay? Are you ready? The TV side, ringside, row one, 11,500 per ticket. Per ticket. Don't have no family. Y'all gonna be at home looking at that on Peacock. Cause that's where I'm gonna be at. The second row, which they say that's the ramp side. Uh that's 9,500 per ticket. Okay. The fifth row, ramp side, 6,500 per ticket. Then your standard seats will range from $250 to $3,000. Just so you can see John Cena for one last time. Yeah. You better, let's see, that Saturday night main event. Yes, Saturday night main event will be on Peacock. You better, I tell you what, you better record it. If you got do they still have the DVR part of your cable? If they do, well, you better screen record it or something. Because these prices ain't no joke. Yep, that's a per ticket price. So if it's two of y'all, who going to see him? But I ain't go. You know what? I'm not go. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm telling you. I thought I loved wrestling, and I do love wrestling, but I have a limit. Okay, because some of these prices, I can't do that, and but some people are really, there's people that will spend that kind of money. Let's see, WrestleMania 40. What is this? 42. WrestleMania. I'm gonna check something real quick, y'all. WrestleMania 42. Yep, that fits perfect for these ticket because these prices are ridiculous. Okay. Oh, y'all get a load of this. Yes, yeah. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. I got the answer. I got the answer. Got the answer. Okay. Now, you, we just gonna back up just a hair bit, just a hair, just a hair. But yeah, with the ticket prices, those are per night. The prices that I went over are per night. You got to be out your mind. You, yeah. So literally, if you can't do both nights, you will literally have to sit up and you will have to make a decision of which one that you would like to be at the most. Yes, those prices. hmm Those prices are per night. For you to get a 2-day pass and VIP package will cost much more. Yeah. Now, let me explain something to you. That ain't counting your hotel. That is not counting your hotel. The hotel, which is what is it? The MGM? Oh my god. Is it the MGM Grand? I want to say the MGM Grand because I looked it up. The package is a grip. It's a good grip. I went in on my membership and put in for my membership for those exact same days when I wanted to come in and when I want to roll up out of that mug. And with my membership, I got a better deal off of my membership than what they have. I'm like, oh no, y'all tripping. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. So yes, for WrestleMania and John Cena's last match, those tickets are up there. They are up there. Now, I've been trying to convince hubby to take me to WrestleMania. But if I go to WrestleMania, I just want, I'd go to the little world thing because it'll be a couple of people I might want to, get an autograph from. But that costs money too. So if it's one of the bigger ones, you're gonna pay some money if they don't sell out. And I kind of, I want to see Jacob Fatu. And yeah. But he was like, why are we gonna go to Vegas twice? Because that's our birthday. In June, that's the plans for our birthday. But I kind of want to just go and kind of just hang out somewhere. Just say, "Ooh, I was at WrestleMania. Did you go to the?" No, I didn't. No, I wouldn't pay that kind of money. No, I go somewhere and sit and watch it. Yeah. But and another thing, they did this with one of the PLEs. I want to say the Clash in Paris. I think it was that one. They didn't do a big advertisement, but it is something they're trying out. And it might be, they might be have a better turnout since the whole ESPN thing. People keep complaining about that, and I'm kind of sick of hearing folks say, I'm not paying for that. And I'm like, well, I don't care. Please stop talking about it. They had for Clash in Paris in certain theaters that you could go and watch it on, the big screen. It cost you, I don't remember how much the ticket was, but you buy your little ticket and you get your, like you basically like a movie almost, but it's just, you watching a PLE on the big screen. So that might be something they start doing. So, but yeah, those are the ticket prices for John, for WrestleMania 42, and for John Cena's last match. They are up there. But now I'm thinking people won't pay that. I had said ain't nobody gonna pay them prices. I'm gonna stop saying that because there are wrestling fans out here that will pay that. They will take out loans. Um, uh, a lot of people. Let's see. Okay, a lot of people wasn't really all in on the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania. Okay, what? Okay, yeah. I When I heard the announcement, because originally that WrestleMania was supposed to be in Memphis. And they was like, well, WrestleMania is already set out. The schedule's already made out for the next 3. So we know where they're going to be at. You see how quick that changed. When that announcement came that 43 would be in Saudi, I was not happy because I was like, I can get to Memphis. So when New Orleans lost it and it was going back to Vegas, I was like, okay, I can wait. I can go to Memphis, so I can do 43. It gives me enough time to plan for it. Then they switched up and they said they was going to Saudi. Oh, I was not happy. I was hot. I was ticked off. I used every cuss word I could possibly think of. And then when I saw the superstars at the press conference, everybody looked so sad and so heartbroken. I thought some of us gonna start crying. I was like, oh, so y'all don't want to go either. Well, who made this daggone decision? So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a big issue. You would think it would be an issue. I'm not happy about it because now I can't go to 43. If I don't go to 42, I most definitely ain't going to no 43. Because, yeah, that's Saudi for one. That the cost is gonna be ridiculous. 2, it's Saudi. 3, you know the women have to be all wrapped up from head to toe. Yeah, no. I don't like a summer here. Yeah, no. Um, so, but there are people. I saw a woman do a reel saying that she is going to sell her house to go to WrestleMania 43. I'm like, lady, you done lost your mind. Everybody knows I love wrestling. I but I'm not finna do no no, I'm not finna do no crazy mess like that. I've heard people saying that they are already scraping up nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters, and if they have to, they will take out a loan. Um, I have seen people go as far as say they will use their kids' college fund to go to WrestleMania 43. And I was like, all of y'all are really, really scary because, like I said, I love wrestling, but I don't, not that much, not to do nothing like that. I don't know who is making these decisions now of because usually when now I gotta say this when Vince was in charge and that schedule was made out and Vince said we going X here, here, and here, and these years, that's where you going. Never, ever has Vince ever had a back-to-back WrestleMania in one place. So this going back to Vegas, that's a new thing. I was mad when they took it away from New Orleans because I was excited about it being in New Orleans. And now look what happened. And now with this whole thing with Saudi, that just made it even worse. Exactly. Because women, do they, I don't even think they count them as citizens. Because I was going to say second class citizens, but no, I did not see, I didn't see him. I didn't see him go off about that. So it's this whole thing now that it has been sold, it's changing a lot. It's changing a lot. And I guess we just have to buckle up and wait and see what happens next. Cause yeah, yeah, it ain't like it was back in the day where you knew where they said if they said WrestleMania is gonna be here, it's gonna be here. Now we just gotta wait and see because you never know. But I have a feeling y'all do not be surprised after they do Saudi if they start rotating it. If they do Saudi, then the next year it is in the US, but it's in Vegas. Vegas ends up being the main spot for WrestleMania. Don't be surprised. And then the following year is in, say, London or and they rotate back and forth. Don't be surprised. Um, SmackDown. Okay, we're gonna hit on two things from SmackDown. Just two. Sammy got his little open challenge for the US title, right? Okay. First of all, Sammy ain't slick. An open challenge. As y'all know, John Cena has never been my favorite wrestler, but I give credit where credit is due. When John Cena had an open challenge, John literally had he get in the ring and announce whoever wanted to come out, come on out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Gotcha. Gotcha. Excuse me. So, Sammy, would you like to see a WrestleMania in Mexico? Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I would go. Now I would go because I've been to Mexico. I've been to Cozumel. Actually, this year we went. Um, it was one of our cruise stops. And that was really interesting. But I had a good time. So yeah, if they did one in Mexico, I would go. Sam John, when he did that open challenge, he get in the ring. He said it's an open challenge. Whoever from the back, come on, and that be it. Why Sammy know exactly who he wrestling? That's not an open challenge. If you know who you wrestling, you can prepare. You know who you finna wrestle. I'm like, you think you slick? So he faced Javon Evans, and I guess, well, he won. Okay, he did win and retain his title, but he almost lost that sucker a couple of times because I guess he thought in his mind, oh, this would be an easy win. Honey, Javon was not playing. Javon was, hey, he was putting it on him. He was not playing with him, and he almost got that win. I was like, see, this is what you get. This is what you get. Now. That's why I'm saying if they bringing Oba up, if Triple H got any kind of sense, he will bring Oba to SmackDown and he will let him answer that open challenge. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a wrap for Sammy. Yeah, Sammy ain't gonna be a U.S. champion no more. I tell you that. But anyway, um, Drew McIntyre. He comes out there with this boot on because you know he hurt himself at WrestlePalooza because his little dumb behind went through that announce table, which that's what he get. He brought that on himself. That was nobody's fault but his own. So yeah. So he's out there complaining. He said he would be the champion if it wasn't for the referee. Well, Nick Aldis, which I just love Nick to death. Nick Aldis came out there. He said, "Look, I'm tired of hearing you complain. You're the reason that you ain't the champion, and the rest decision is final. So you might as well stop all that complaining. Just shut up. Just go on somewhere. So Drew keeps on. He kept on. He kept on. Then the next thing we heard, guess what we heard? We heard the one person we have been waiting on. We've been wondering where he been because we missed him, and that was our Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Yes, Jacob come down there and told him to stop complaining. Okay, I got it. I can't say exactly what Jacob said, but it was some customers involved. He just went off on Drew and told him where to go and how to get there. So Drew got upset and he decided he was gonna hit Jacob with that Glasgow kiss. And I was like, why you do that? Cause did you forget that's a Samoan werewolf? That don't hurt him. When I say Jacob, that camera was up on him, and Jacob was looking like, I know he did not just do this. Huh? He turned around and he super kicked him. Drew go down. Jacob take Drew. Why Jacob snatched that man boot now off of him? Drew gets up like he gonna do something. Jacob done knocked him out with his boot, with his own boot. Drew just laid out. That had me tickled. I laughed till I couldn't laugh no more. So our Samoan werewolf was standing tall. He looking down like, get up now. Get up. Drew ain't moved, twitched, or nothing. I'm like, see, that's what you get. That's that's what you get. You should have known better. Now, let's look at Raw. Um, Raw. Raw was Raw. But let's just get down to business. Let's get down to business. We had now the Usos was having a little conversation. Before we get down to business, they was having little conversations in back. You know, Jimmy was talking to Jay, and he was like, "Man, what was that last week? Like, you just left. You know, LA Knight needed your help. I needed your help, and you just left." And he was like, Jay was like, "Yeah, I left." He's like, "I don't care nothing about no LA Knight." I was like, "Oh." And so they going back and forth. And then basically it's like, he was basically like, I want my title back. And pretty much he was like, you would have the same drive too if you had held the title, but you ain't held the title. That's basically what he was saying to Jimmy. And it was kind of mean how he said it, but I'm just paraphrasing. But it was mean how he said it, because I was like, you hurt my feelings, and I ain't got nothing to even do with this. So I know you hurt your brother's feelings. And I was like, oh, this is not nice. This is, oh, is you all right? Do you need a hug? What is wrong with you? This is getting a little spooky. So the main event was the Usos against the Bronze. They calling them Vision. I ain't calling them that. I'm gonna call them the Bronze, because I think they don't like it. So since they don't like it, I'm gonna call them that. Ain't I petty? Yep. They going back and forth. Okay, everybody beating the crap out of everybody, back and forth. So these two meatheads thought they was gonna stack the Usos, and 2 Tons of Fun was gonna do that the tsunami drop from the top rope on both of them, right? What's that old? Oh, wait a minute, I can't say that. Yeah, okay. Let me get it together. I can't say that, but yeah, they thought they was gonna do that, and guess who music did we hear? Yes, our tribal chief. Yes, Roman. Roman made his return. Yes, he did. He come out there. Now they standing there looking like dumb deers in headlights. Paul Heyman looking like he about to have a whole heart attack, and Roman coming out with a chair. He got a chair, and he coming on down. Huh? I was like, yes. It's about to be on. When when I say he was whipping behind and taking names, he was whipping behind and taking names. Well, the Uso, he knocked 2 Tons of Fun over the barricade, and so that leaves Breaker. He on his own. So the Usos handle him. They do a double splash from the top rope, and Jay covers him and pins him. They get that 1, 2, 3. Then Roman came in there with that chair and lost his mind on him with that chair. I was like, oh. See, that's what happens when you make the tribal chief mad. See, that's what you get. So the Usos got that win. Well, y'all, oh, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, I was not expecting what happened to happen at the end. Roman goes over to Jay, and he put his little hand out, and he, they do their little thing, and they hugging and they talking. Now at first I couldn't. I'm like, wait a minute, did you say what I thought you said? And so I'm like, maybe I ain't hearing this right. So I kept, I had to get, catch a couple reels and get. Is he saying what, honey? Roman done told Jay. He said, F them all. It's only about you. This is what he's telling Jay. And Jay says a bunch of stuff, and then he says, smash them all. I was like, oh, son of a biscuit eater. Oh, oh. And Poe Jimmy, they act like Jimmy ain't even in this ring, honey. If y'all look at that clip, Poe Jimmy is just Jimmy standing there looking like y'all don't see me. Excuse me. Hello, I'm over here. You see me? Did he look? I'm telling you, if you pay attention, if you look back at it, Jimmy looks out at the crowd like y'all see me, right? Like he looks at the crowd and then he looks back at them like they see me. How come y'all know? I'm like, oh, this. I don't know what this is. But then I thought about it, right? Remember when the whole bloodline started breaking down? We ain't talking about Sammy because we don't care about Sammy. But when the Usos, kept kicking Roman in the face and stuff and everything, remember Roman said that when he calls it quits, when he's all done, the next one is in line is Jay. That came out of his mouth. It wasn't supposed to be Solo with all that mess. You remember Solo running around with the Ulafala and all that mess? No, it's always supposed to have been Jay. He said it. Jay was next in line. He said that. Jay was his what? Right-hand man. I'm like, oh, if he turns Jay into him, all of y'all gonna catch it. That's all I'm saying. You better. But now, when Roman gets out that ring and he's walking up and he's going to the back, Roman cuts a promo, honey. Roman cut a promo. Y'all have got to see that. It's out there. Y'all have got to see it. But just a tip, I'm gonna just give you some of the pieces of it. He said he is tired. Okay. He is tired of everyone thinking that they understand what it takes to be at the top. I was like, we getting it's that dark side. He letting the dark side out again. Yes, he's letting the dark side out again. Because remember when he said, I'm tired of people thinking that they got a chance. I'm tired of being humble. Remember when he said that? And and that just made him beating up people worse. But yeah, he said he tired of people thinking that they understand what it means to be at the top. And everything that he touched turns to gold. And I was like, honey, we are getting that tribal chief. We getting the OG tribal chief back. So people better buckle up and take notice. And get ready. Moving right along. Okay. AJ Styles. AJ Styles has made an official announcement. He said that he will be retiring in 2026. And the reason for this decision is because he wants to go out with his fans remembering him as he is, not him as a shell of himself, which I can totally understand and I totally respect that. So, sometime in 2026, AJ Styles will be calling it quits. Uh, a few weeks ago, I talked about Andrade, about how he was no longer with the WWE, right? Okay, now y'all get a load of this. Y'all gonna love this. Here's some interesting information. March the 21st of 2021, he left the WWE. June the 4th of 2021, he debuts in AEW. January the 27th, 2024, he returns to the WWE. September the 13th of 2025, he leaves the WWE. Is you ready for this? Would you like to know on October the 1st of 2025 where he showed up at? Are you ready? He shows up at AEW. That's right. Andrade has returned back to AEW. Now, get a load of this. There's multiple reports that he has signed a full-time deal with AEW. And now, it was a lot of speculations about him leaving. And people was like, well, he failed one of his wellness policies, the wellness policy. Yeah, nah, it wasn't no daggone one. Cause I'm like, they don't usually just throw you out on the street. They usually give you a chance, send you to rehab and hold on you, because that's what they did with Riddle's crazy behind. Something's up. Come to find out, Andrade had failed several. He done failed multiple wellness. He had multiple wellness violations over the past year. That wasn't his first one. So the WWE opted just to go ahead and get rid of him. And instead of having to pay him for another 90 days to, prevent him from working for another company, they did not even put in the non-compete clause. So that's why he was able, because I'm like, how is he able just to go ahead and sign with them? They just let him go last month now. That's why he was able to go and sign like he was. Because they was like, look, you got to go. You got to go. Because so apparently, I'm sorry, you on that stuff. You got to go. So now he back in AEW. He on that stuff. He on that stuff. Because and looking at the picture of him, his hair is longer. It don't. He just how Andrade is always been well kept, and he always had a nice haircut and stuff. Yeah, that ain't what I saw. I was like, yeah, you on that stuff.
I'm just saying that brother ain't been right since he got divorced from yeah.
He never should have got with her in the first place. He wouldn't be in this situation now. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Our final for tonight. Okay. For tonight, the grand finale. If you could only go to one match, which would it be? Okay, we're gonna do this quickly. Bob Backlund versus Bret Hart. The Great Muta versus Kurt Angle. Barry Windham versus Big John Studd. Brock Lesnar versus Bruiser Brody. Ricky Steamboat versus Billy Graham. Or the Iron Sheik versus Stan Hansen. I picked Brock Lesnar versus Bruiser Brody. And I'm going to tell you why. Yes, I'm old. Before there was an Undertaker, my favorite wrestler was Bruiser Brody. I adored Bruiser Brody because he was big and he was wild. And he would fight anybody. In my mind back then, growing up, you couldn't beat Bruiser Brody. And if he was still here, I'm telling you now, he's the winner. Because Brock Lesnar would not be able to do what he be doing to either of the other people to no daggone Bruiser Brody. If not in this lifetime or no other one. I'm just saying. But that is my pick. If there was only one match that I could attend, that would be my pick. Brock Lesnar versus Bruiser Brody. And the winner, Bruiser Brody. Let's see. Okay. Raw. Okay, Raw. Monday night. Raw is back to its regular time at 8 p.m. So, let's see. And Crown Jewel will be Saturday, the 11th. It is starting at 8 a.m. We got the pre-show. I think that's at 5 a.m. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out, so I'll be up early. Cause, honey, they have the pre-show and the something before the pre-show. They got all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye out to see who's doing what. So I'll probably be up early Saturday morning. So I don't miss nothing. So, whew. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. And I appreciate you. And that is it. And thank everybody that will see this afterwards. Thank you for checking us out. I appreciate you all. I hope everybody have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. So we will see you guys next week.